Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports is powered by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Rams Baseball is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon. And People's National Bank.
Play ball!
It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from the Ford Square WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. The Landers Collision Center's pregame show starts now.
A regional title on the line today at Brennan Klein Memorial Field, the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. Good morning, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. For your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers 6 to them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. For the Mount Vernon Rams, they are 19-16-1 on the year, the number 3 seed in this regional. They beat the Marion Wildcats 5-4 on Thursday in 8 innings. They are looking for their 4th regional title in 5 years. The lone year out of that span they did not win a regional was at Waterloo in 2012. But for the Rams here at home, hoping to get that 4th regional.
It would be nice. You can't ask for a better day than to see the third matchup between these two teams this spring. Very evenly matched in 2 Mount Vernon wins, but today is the day this one counts the most. The winner advances to the Triad Sectional next Wednesday.
Well, and this is one of those games where, as for the Carbondale Terriers, you're looking for your first baseball regional in quite some time. But for Carbondale, you come in having been defeated by this team 2 times prior. You've already done that against a team this week in the Central Valley Orphans. You've beaten them by a score of 4-3. The Orphans had previously beaten the Terriers twice. Conversely, for the Mount Vernon Rams, this team you have beaten twice. You don't want to lose to them today because you tried to do the exact same thing against the Marion Wildcats on Thursday, and you got to win. A team that beat you twice. It's one of those where obviously the better team could come away with a win here today, but you don't want to be that team that's beaten a team twice and lose to them the third time. But if you're Carbondale, you're trying to do what the Rams have done and what you've already done this week.
Well, and you want to get a win, and you want to, be the team that wins that last matchup, which is today, because you get to advance to play next week in the sectional, and you get to play in the month of June, and that's something special. Of course, as Mount Vernon knows from last year's run, and Carbondale would like to be an upstart to get to that Triad Sectional, and these two teams about as evenly matched as this regional has been. The last 2 games have been one-run games. It wouldn't shock us to see another one tightly contested here today in the one-run style.
Well, it wouldn't shock us at all. And, of course, for the Carbondale Terriers, a team that comes in with a record of 21-10, a pretty impressive overall record. They were just 5-5 in the South 7, having finished in 5th place, 1 spot behind the Rams. This is a team that comes in, having only lost by a combined 2 runs to this Mount Vernon Rams team on April 10th here at BK Field. It was 6-5. Rams blanked the Terriers 1-0 on May the 6th at the Super Block. So you come in here, a pair of 1-run losses. You know if you're the Terriers, you're fully capable of winning this game.
You are, and I think that's the way this whole regional has been, talking with a lot of people from different towns involved. That, one of the things I talked with a Carbondale fan, their scorebook keeper, you could play this regional again next week and come out with different winners of every game. I mean, that's how even this regional is, and on a given day, and that is today, one of these 2 teams will win, and next week it may be different, but today is the day when it counts.
Well, and of course, for the Terriers, they're looking for their first regional title in baseball since 1987-88. That was after a streak of 3 consecutive regional crowns. Prior to that, it was 1979-80. But for this Terrier team, not a lot of success in the 90s or even yet in the 2000s and now the 2010s. This Terrier team would love nothing more than the challenge of knocking off a team that probably, at least by seed, would be the favorite today.
That's why I say it's tough to beat a team. Mount Vernon beat Marion first time this year on Thursday, and now Carbondale going to want to do the same thing today. But again, you're playing at home, beautiful day. It's a different angle. Sun's going to be in front of us or over the top of us today instead of behind us, is what we're used to. And a huge crowd starting to roll in here at Mount Vernon Brennan Klein Field, starting to get into the parking lots, walking up, putting up tents. They're ready to go. It's going to be a nice crowd again here today for this title game.
Should be a wonderful crowd, and we're going to have a bit of an intriguing pitching matchup today as Blake Jones will take the hill, the sophomore for the Rams. But we know Thornburg on the mound for the Terriers, and we take a look at the game, and these two teams evenly matched, even on the mound today.
Even on the mound, Thornburg and Jones, and I think some Carbondale people were kind of shocked that Morgan, as in Tyler, was not starting today, but Jones gets the nod, and obviously Tyler Morgan will be out of the pen in relief, and they've been told what their roles are today. And the thing about Jones on the mound is maybe center field is not patrolled the style that Jones likes to patrol it as, but Mount Vernon will have to come out. Jones has been very good pitching all year. We know that in the first 3, 4, 5 innings he's thrown a lot of times. So this for him is not something new to come out and start. Just in a regional title game, it'll be new. He'll have to control his emotions and take care of business on the mound.
Well, for the young sophomore, he is 2-3 on the 2014 campaign. He's pitched 45 and a third innings. He's gone the distance in 3 of his starts. So when he he started, I should say, 3 of his 5 appearances. I misread that statistic. My apologies. But for Blake Jones, of course, in a decent line of 39 strikeouts compared to just 12 walks, only allowed 17 earned runs this season. So for the Rams, hoping your young sophomore can get it done today, and then see what your rotation would be heading into the Triad sectional next week.
Well, and I think for him, not being a strikeout pitcher per se, he's a guy that's going to throw to contact. If he gets a strikeout or 2 here, that's great. That works. That's nice. But Blake Jones is a guy that's going to throw to contact, throw to strikes, let his defense do the work. And the defense is going to have to make plays. And even though it's a big game, it's still you got to make plays. And today it just may come down to one of those deals where the defense probably will play a big role here in this ball game today.
I think the defense is going to play a huge role. And, of course, we'll meet the Rams defense here in just a moment on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Now they detail them all, too. Ask about free premium detailing for life of your car at Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye not only on this game, obviously, as it's right here in front of us, but as well as some of the other 3A regional championship games going on in baseball, as well as some other local games. We'll probably be done by the time the 1A sectional championship gets started at Cowden. But as far as some 3A regional games, of course, we'll try to keep an eye on Mattoon, where the Salem Wildcats battling the host Green Wave. Waterloo has Waterloo and Muscuda. Of course, that's a game we're very interested in. And then you also have the Highland Regional title game, which has Civic and Jersey. We're interested in that one as well. The winner of this game gets the winner of that Mattoon Regional on Wednesday at 4 o'clock at Triad High School.
Well, and again, as we look around, the crowd's starting to file in quite nicely. Huge crowd, big moneymaker day with Mount Vernon and Carbondale, but again, the winner of Mattoon-Salem plays the winner of this game. And, of course, Mount Vernon has played both Mattoon and Salem this year. Very interesting matchup to see a rematch of those next week. I know Mount Vernon would love to be there Wednesday. And, of course, Mount Vernon defending regional champion today. Mount Vernon also defending sectional champion and super sectional as well. And as a team that won it last year, as a program, you want to be able to win again those that have to be able to have a chance to defend the title.
Well, and exactly right. And as you take a look at these two teams in front of us and then take a look at the other 6 teams vying for those 4 positions in the Triad sectional, there's a lot of experience in front of it as far as the Mount Vernon Rams from our coaching staff. However, them, like everybody else, not have a lot of returning talent from that team. So, therefore, you're going to have a lot of new faces in that Triad sectional this coming week.
You're going to have a lot of new faces, a lot of new people out there trying to make a name for themselves. And, again, as we said, it very well may be a case of 4 different teams that haven't had a lot of success that would like to have an opportunity to make a deep run in postseason. That's for certain.
Well, and your point the other day was perfect when you said that all the teams the Rams faced en route to the state finals last year were eliminated before the Rams ever took the field on Thursday afternoon. That gives a bit of a different look at this IHSA Class 3A postseason. Rams baseball, of course, is always presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland here on WMIX. You can find them online at comfirstbank.net. Learn all about their one checking. It's free checking with high-yield interest. We'll have a national anthem today. We'll get to that in just a moment as well. We'll also have your Page Insurance batting orders as we wind down this Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. We had a Saturday sports show this morning, able to go the distance. We appreciate those of you that tuned in. We'll get the archive up a little bit later. Obviously, we're busy at the moment with Mount Vernon Rams baseball. The number 3 Rams and number 4 Carbondale Terriers, a Terrier team that beat the number 5 seed Heron 2-0 on Monday, came back to upset the number 1 Orphans 4-3 on Wednesday. And then, of course, the Rams upset number 2 Marion in terms of seed only on Thursday with a 5-4 win. Winner will go on to play Mattoon or Salem on Wednesday at Triad. It's a 4 o'clock start. If it happens to be the Rams, we'll have it for you here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com with the pregame at 3:45 and the 4 o'clock first pitch. And then, of course, the winner of that game would move on to the sectional title game at 11 o'clock next Saturday. So it'll be a busy sectional, a lot of intriguing possibilities, as you are assured of basically a Mississippi Valley team in that sectional title game next week.
You are assured of that. But there's other teams that want to have a shot at it. Of course, the Mississippi Valley teams didn't think those two teams would be in, but that's the way it goes this time of year.
We'll see who actually gets in from the Valley. Will it be Civic or Jersey at the Highland Regional, or will it be Mascoutah or Waterloo at the Waterloo Regional? Of course, last time the regional held at Waterloo, the Bulldogs able to take away a win. They upset the number 1 Mount Vernon Rams that year on a ground rule home run, and then ended up beating Marion in the title game. Waterloo beat Carbondale en route to Mount Vernon, and then beat Marion in that regional championship game, and the rest is history. We need to honor America from Brennan Klein Memorial Field. We'll do that now. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Rend Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball.
Welcome back to Brennan Klein Memorial Field, where it's sunny and 82 degrees as the Mount Vernon Rams look for their fourth regional title in 5 years. Standing in the way, the Carbondale Terriers. Good morning, I should say, once again. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Quentin Lloyd back at our Mount Vernon studio, as the Mount Vernon Rams will be the home team today after the visitors against Carbondale, or against Marion, I should assert. But for the Terriers, of course, coming in as the number 4 seed in this regional, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard today. Rams have occupied the home dugout for both of their games, so they were the visitors on Thursday, but Rams get to bat last today, and I think you're a little bit more comfortable in that role.
A little more comfortable, but you can't be too comfortable. I know it's at home, and I know it. Hey, you're here, and you can play, and you've got an advantage. You know what's going on here at home, but it's one of those you got to come out and you got to play your best, because Carbondale is very capable to come out and upset here today.
No doubt about that. Page Insurance batting orders leading off for the Carbondale Terriers, the right fielder, Luke Brunau. John Nance, the catcher. Mitch Louder, the left fielder, bats third. Jordan Kelly in the cleanup spot at first base. It's Justin Hoffman in center field batting fifth. Will Nadolski, the shortstop, bats sixth. Joey Weber, the DH, batting seventh. Levi Koper is the third baseman, batting eighth. And Joe Lazan is the second baseman, rounding out the Terrier batting order. As the first pitch comes, that's straight up at 11 o'clock. It's a strike out to the hand of Blake Jones. 0-1 to Brunau here. Page Insurance, call for help. Go to 242-7000. As a curveball, looked to be working, but just misses to Brunel. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Some umpires listening, heading to Litchfield today.
Quality set up there in Litchfield. We'll have a quality set on the Triad sectional if the Rams are able to get there. Of course, they'll be there regardless. So, yeah, quality set regardless, I should say, as the 2-1 comes. Trip myself up. 3 balls and a strike now to Brunel as the sophomore Jones gets a start for the Rams. Blake Jones is 2-3. He has 39 strikeouts compared to 12 walks. First start of the season was against the West Frankfort Redbirds, a game they won 8-1. As this will be fouled back inside on the hands. There's a full count to Brunel. Nance and Lauder to follow. You're in the top half of the Terrier first.
For all the marbles. Huge crowd on hand here in Mount Vernon.
Great day to take in some baseball. Swung on and missed. Looks like he changed it up that time on the full count offering. And that is the first Terrier out. It'll bring in the catcher, John Nance.
Jones' MO early in his campaign when he's pitched. First 3 or 4 innings very strong. The key will be in that fifth inning, 6th, if he gets that far, what he can give you. That's kind of where he's kind of walled out for him this season, starting on the mound.
That'll be the right-hander Jones out of the windup against the right-handed catcher Nance. He'll step in and lift one into left center field on the run. Will be Gines. Brookman will make the call, and the center fielder, Zach Brookman, makes the grab. Too easy out.
Yep, too easy out. That ball hit well into the gap. Spacious outfield here at Brennan Klein Field. That was an easy catch for Brookman to trace over in the left field gap and chase that one down.
No score yet. Top of the first, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Terriers. Mitchell Lauder, the left fielder, will stand in. Jordan Kelly into the on-deck circle. A name that many Ram fans will remember, Jordan Kelly, Ram killer in multiple sports. Here comes the first pitch. Third ball outside. Missing. 1-0 to
when I went in the dugout, he was in there. I said, "Oh, Jordan Kelly, back for your 25th year at Carbondale." He laughed. He goes, "I know."
1 ball, no strikes. Has had success early and often in his career at CCHS.
A rarity at that size of school to have the success that he has had.
Football, basketball, baseball, the 3 sports stand out. It's a 2-0 pitch. Could be a hard-hit ground ball. Millwood off the dirt. Picks up, fires to Pike at first. And 4-3 will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dogs. We meet the Rams when we come back. No score from the King City. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon.
I think for those people that have been shopping BMW, Mercedes, Audi, the other luxury lines, those are fine cars. Right now, Cadillac is every bit as good or better in almost every category. And the big thing is, most people that drive the luxury cars are very busy, and we have the service right here, right in town, that can take care of those customers.
Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. Doctors Kowalski and Smith, the professionals at Orthopedic Center, specialize in back and neck pain. So put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside. As we head to the bottom of the first, we need to meet the Mount Vernon Ram batting order presented by the Page Agency. Call for a help quote at 242-7000.
Familiar lineup that we've gotten used to in the last month. Ryan Campbell, Reed Millwood, and Thomas Weber, 1, 2, and 3. Jake Pike, Blake Jones, Braden Smith, 4, 5, and 6. Derek Hayes, Zach Gines, and Zach Brookman, 7, 8, 9 for Tim Holloway's Mount Vernon Rams. Thanks to Sam Root and the Weber Township Trojans. They are listening in as they head to Cobden. We wish them good luck this afternoon and bring that sectional championship plaque back to Jefferson County.
Of course, they're winners of 2 straight regionals, looking for just a second sectional title in school history behind the 05 boys basketball team. Best of luck to the Trojans as this comes up and over the helmet of Ryan Campbell. 1-0 is the quick count against the right-hander Noah Thornburg. John Nance does the catching. It's Levi Kofer, Will Nadolski, Joe Lazan, Jordan Kelly from third to first. We meet the outfield as this ends up to the left center field for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Ryan Campbell to bring in Reed Millwood. Mitch Lauder, Justin Hoffman, Luke Brunel, left to right in the outfield.
Well, that's a good start. I would expect Mr. Millwood to be bunting, and Carbondale brings in their third base.
So third base.
One of those listening, the Nashville Carterville softball game will start at 11:20 due to wet field conditions at Johnson City, getting a little more time to get that field ready.
Well, deserves the best field they can possibly have for that game. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the first. No score yet here from the Mount Vernon Regional title game. Button drop down as we expect. It's looking off the Mount Thornburg. Millwood trotting to first base where he'll be out by a hair.
Well, it is a nervous day, but that to me looks like some wet field conditions, maybe from the rain that came through the area yesterday. And, of course, you have him going out hustling. His spikes go out from underneath him, but Thornburg able to compose himself and make the throw to first base.
And proving why you shouldn't have white pants.
There should be no white pants, period, especially at this level, just because you got to get them clean all the time.
Yep. So 1 out and an RBI chance now for the catcher, Weber. He homered a game ago in the top of the first. Now it's a 0-1 count as that came in on the inner half of the plate from the right-hander Thornburg, who's out of the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Bottom of this first inning is the Rams looking to get aboard a first-inning lead.
Been here, done that. That's Mount Vernon. Can they keep that going today at the Upstart Terriers, looking to kind of take things away?
We'll find out. The 1-1 coming. Got to watch out back. 1 and 2. Starting to fray in spots again.
Yeah, we'll be done by the time that's fray, but chain link would be wonderful.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Rams and the Terriers. Waved at and missed on a curveball located perfectly off the onside corner, and there's your second out.
Had Weber leaning a little bit, swing and a miss, and Jake Pike will be up with 2 outs. See what he can get done with that runner out in scoring position and 2 outs.
Greedy First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams and Lady Rams Athletics. Online at ComFirstBank.net. Read all about that one checking. It's free checking with high-yield interest. Welcome back to personal banking.
I wonder how long Nance would go out there, because Mr. Campbell had picked something up signal-wise, sign-wise, and Nance went out there, and he and Thornburg gathered to meet to discuss doing something a little different.
2 outs now, and a runner on second as Mike chases the high fastball. 0-1 the count. Blake Jones and Neon Deck Circle. Rams and Terriers scoreless here in the bottom half of the first. 1-2-3 went the Dogs in the top half. Rams looking to get around here. Chop ground ball, no problem for Kelly. Picks it up near the line. 3 unassisted will retire the side. The Rams waste the leadoff single. We head to the top of the second, no score. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
This is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. I want to thank Mount Vernon and the surrounding area for continuing to support us over the past 5 years. If you have never sat down with someone to go over your insurance program, let me invite you into our office. Let us show you what working with the industry leader, represented by a local agent, can do for you. I'm located just off 42nd Street. You can reach our office 24 hours a day at 242-1421 or on the web at tonywilt.com. Thanks again, and go Rams.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
5 Jefferson County branches are responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. They have friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Also the One account. Free checking, high yield interest. Will be Jordan Kelly, Justin Hoffman, and Will Nadolski. 4, 5, and 6 in the Terrier lineup. Terriers came in 21-10 on the year, having gone 2-0 in this Mount Vernon Regional to this point. The first baseman, Kelly, to lead it off. 1-2-3 went the Terriers in the top of the first. Still no score. Blake Jones hoping to keep it that way for the Rams. Curveball across the plate equals 0-1 here. Kelly.
Well, this is one you got to be careful with every time he steps in that box. Power to all fields.
0-1 coming. Curveball, swing on a miss. 0-2.
Landon Thomas, Hayden Paninsky to our left. Couple Rams are on that team last year.
Also discovered Rams football coach Jared Shaner in attendance. Scott Dickner here. As we talk some dignitaries. The waste pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Kelly. Busy day out here at this complex. Of course, JCSA softball and baseball action going on.
3,000 games going across the way.
No doubt.
Looks like soccer, maybe?
Maybe some youth.
Maybe some people getting in shape. Who knows?
Could be all of the above.
Yeah.
1-2 the count to the always dangerous Jordan Kelly with Hoffman in the on-deck circle. Hoffman picked up the win against Centralia on Wednesday, as this is a pitch right down the middle. It's a called third strike, and Jones has retired 4 straight to start the game.
Yeah, Kelly guessed curveball. Problem was it was straight. A fastball locked him. 1 out. Good, another strikeout for Mr. Jones.
So with 1 out and nobody on, that'll bring in Justin Hoffman. Video streaming returns in August for Rams football against Taylorville, Friday, August the 29th. We'll tell you more about that as this pitch comes low and misses to Hoffman, 1-0. Video streaming is always powered by Rend Lake College. Log on to ilc.edu to see how you can save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education. As the 1-0 pitch on the way. Took something off. This one a miss. 1-1 now to Hoffman.
Hoffman, successful quarterback in the fall for what was the Nick Hill-led Terriers. Now Mr. Albertini, Mark, will run it.
1-1 in the dirt inside, 2-1. Post player, of course, for Jim Miller.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those guys you hated to see from a competitive standpoint.
Mount Zion leads Rochester 5-0, top of 5.
Had a feeling. Yeah, not too shabby are the Braves. The 2-1, skip foul, 2-2.
And it's not football.
Oh.
Rochester would have had running clock by now.
No. If I'm not mistaken, I know the Braves and the Wildcats and Green Wave and Mattoon all were around the top of that Apollo Conference in 2014.
Yeah.
As we wait the 2-2 from Jones. Here comes curveball, just misses. Will count.
A little low and in.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Oh, hey, wind blowing out to left center. Just a slight breeze, rattling the flags.
Will count. Ooh, and that's going to miss low, and that'll be a 1-out walk. So we jinxed Jones, but then he retired 4 straight to start the game. And that'll bring in Will Nadolski with a runner on. First Carbondale base runner. No score yet here in the top of the second. 1 out. Terriers maybe trying to get something going here. Well, you're always trying to get something going.
Yeah.
You get the picture.
Bottom of the order. Another one might be key today. Don't forget our Facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Give us a like, comment, give us their answer to our social media question of the week.
Yeah, if you had a boat or were getting a boat, what would you name it? That Anchors Away drop.
Yeah. Anchors Away. We've had some different names. So, big hit going on Facebook.com/WMIX Sports.
No balls, 1 strike to Will Nadolski, the shortstop. Ground ball just to the third baseman. Not a bad play to second. To first for the other. 5-4-3 goes the double play. Started by Derek Cady to Reed Millwood to Jake Pike. We head to the bottom of the second. There go the Terriers. Still no score. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Raise your hand if you're tired of showing up for a service appointment only to sit around a waiting room. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer at King City Chrysler Center. Our express lane fast oil changes and more provide quick, convenient service with no appointment needed. Our specialists are on hand to wait on you with lanes dedicated just for your oil changes, tire rotation, brake inspections, batteries, bulbs, wiper blades, air filter replacements, and more. We will also perform complimentary vehicle inspection with every oil change. We work around your schedule, open weekdays from 7:30 until 5 and Saturdays from 8 a.m. until noon. See Express Lane Fast Oil Changes and more for all of your service needs, and we will get you back on the road quick. We're located at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Just another reason you can count on us.
Find us on Facebook. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We head to the bottom of the second. Leading off, it'll be the pitcher, Blake Jones, followed by Braden Smith and Derek Hayes. Hayes started that double play that got the Rams out of the inning after a 1-out walk. And so now it'll be Blake to lead it off and try to get something going here in the bottom half of inning number 2. First pitch from Thornburg as Jones trying to bunt his way aboard. It's fouled on the first baseline and 0-1 to BJ.
Starting to do that about once a game. Looking down at the corners, seeing if anybody's paying attention. If he can drop one down, drag it wherever he's going for a hit. That one just off the edge of that foul.
What I like about him is the baseball IQ. he buries it when he does it as well, so as not to give away a tendency to do it one bat over the other, which I like. And that is the 0-1. Doesn't knock it about. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Jones going to try to turn on the wheels. He'll be held up at first, and it'll be a leadoff single as the Rams get their second straight.
Pretty good play by Louder and left. He got a good jump on the baseballs and went down that line, and he was able to get it and turn it off and get it back into the infield and prevent Jones from a double, who was thinking double all the way. But ended up staying at first, and now Braden Smith in. See if the Rams play small ball again as they did last inning.
So let's see what Smith can do. Got a couple of big ABs over the latter part of the season. So the DH stands in, takes the first pitch strike inside, 0-1. We'll have Tony Welt's scoreboard updates for you, presented by your State Farm agent. Obviously, that's Tony Welt here in Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWelt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you better stayed, as Smith was trying to do for Jones as he bunts it foul, 0-2 now.
Goreville up 1-0 early softball against Trico at the Cobden sectional. Shocking that Goreville might be ahead there, but Trico might be the favorite, even though Goreville's had a lot of run the last few years in postseason.
Goreville, the experience, but Trico, the momentum. This could be fouled off of the hand. Stays 0-2 to Smith, who's swinging away.
I'm telling you what, that looked like it went off the handle. I mean, it wasn't an inch or two above his hands on the bat.
That was a swing to keep the ball away from his head, I think.
Yeah. Now he's going to be swinging. He's got to put it in play.
0-2 the count with 1 out, and now make it 2. Inside fastball, swung and a miss. Actually, that was the first down. My apologies. 1 out, 1 aboard here for the Rams. Derek Hayes will stand in. There it is.
And a ton of people there. Carbondale, of course, loyalty split today. The softball team in a regional final at Heron. So some people split up because of that.
There it is. Hayes will take a curveball just off the plate for 1-0.
And it was. Our view here, we can almost call the game from behind the plate.
Very consistent strike zone to start. That's all you can ever ask for. Great job behind the dish. As the 1-0, the runner's going. Jones will actually be would have been out by a country mile at second if they could have hung on to the ball, and it'll be 2 to leave now to Hayes.
Nance had Laundry hung out on that throw, and a middle infielder couldn't hang on to the ball.
That's a strike, buddy.
And that's 1-1. Jones got a break. He was dead to right.
Definitely had it out by a bit. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Derek Hayes. Giants on deck. Here comes changeup. Will be just batted in front of the plate. That will be a throw down to first. Runner doesn't advance. Tim Holloway not happy. And
swinging bunt.
Squandered an opportunity.
And Jones did not have a good secondary lead out there at second. Was not off the bag far enough and probably thought, well, that ball's foul. You can't play it like that. You can't umpire. And Jones probably should be at third. But as it is, he still remains at second with Zach Gines in the box. His last AB was a big base hit that scored the eventual game-winning run in extra innings against Marion, as this will be in the dirt. Ball 1 to Giants. Zach Brookman on deck. Now score here for Mount Vernon, the Rams, and the Carbondale Terriers in this regional championship game. Terriers have had 1 base runner, but have not stranded anybody after a double play erased everybody off of the base pass in the top half of the inning, as this is going to be a pitch just off the plate. Oh, no, called strike. Late call, 1-1. All right, then. Gotta wait. In the dirt, 2-1. There's my version of waiting. Winning Edge, one of our great Rams sponsors. Great assortment of Rams snapback hats, among other Rams apparel. You can also equip your employee team. Make the call to the bullpen to Winning Edge, downtown Mount Vernon. WinningEdgeUSA.com. That one may have been good enough to sneak in the top of the silo, as it's going to be a high pop fly, and Lazan, the second baseman, comes away with it. And the Rams strand their second base runner of the day. We head to the top of the third, no score. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Women's health care just got closer to home, right here in Salem. St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care and OBGYNs Dr. Deborah Carson, Dr. Doug Combs, Dr. Jamie Plett, Dr. Elizabeth Byer-Nolan, and Dr. Michael Schifano are seeing patients every Tuesday at the Salem Family Health Center. That means you'll have a full range of OBGYN services close to home, including prenatal and wellness checks, incontinence treatment, and family planning options for when your family's complete. Plus, access to state-of-the-art Da Vinci robotic surgery for quicker recovery and less pain after hysterectomy. Ladies, your health is important. So why not get OBGYN care right here, close to home, by St. Mary's Good Samaritan Women's Health Care? Call 1-877-456-2496 to make your appointment. That's 1-877-456-2496.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we head to the top of the third inning. It's the bottom of the order for the Terriers. Joey Weber, Levi Kofer, and Joe Lazan for Carbondale as we have no score in the Mount Vernon Regional Championship game.
Well, the nerves should be gone. Everybody should be lathered enough up to sweat and get into this now after 2 innings.
The official voice of Rams baseball here on WMIX Sports is Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 Jefferson County branches. Responsive quality service for all of your accounts. This will be a hard hit ground ball picked up by a diving Campbell. A short throw to first this time. Great defense helps the Rams, and there's your first down.
What a play. Springs to his left, goal, smooth, got up quickly, and threw the runner out by 2 steps.
So Levi Kofer will stand in, the third baseman, with 1 out and nobody on.
Yep, Doc.
Yeah, only told him 3 times.
Yeah.
Here comes inside pitch. That is going to be called a strike. 0-1 on the inner half of the plate.
This is baseball at its finest today. 2 good teams.
A beautiful Saturday morning/afternoon to boot as a curveball will miss. Not chasing with Kofer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second Chance Auto, one of our great Rams sponsors. Find them on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. We'll get a second chance to talk about them after this pitch. It's going to just miss. 2-1 to Kofer. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, home of your largest selection of pre-owns, priced at $10,000 in one location. Also, bank rate financing for everybody. 2-1 coming in on the hands, fouled off. It's a line drive down the third base line. 2-2 now to Kofer with Joe Lazan on deck. Lazan, a second baseman, could pitch if needed. Warmed up in the bullpen on Wednesday, but services never needed.
Score update, next available opportunity.
Go ahead.
Fairfield trails T-Town softball 1-0 after 1. Jersey and Civic end of 2 scoreless. Goreville leads Trico into 2 softball 1-0, and Edwardsville leads Alton 2-0 after 1.
Make or break time on the full count. Popped up sky high. Good clarification on the baseball there. My apologies for stepping on you. As Jones lets step on the chalk to make the grab, but it's an out nonetheless after that Tony Wilkes scoreboard update.
Another one. I can give you another one. Muscuda leads Waterloo 2-1 after 1 in baseball.
There you go. Tony Wilt, Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWilt.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. And like a good neighbor, State Farm will be there. 2 outs, nobody on. That was a hop fly in foul territory. Jones made the grab to retire Kofer. And now Lazan hits a hard hit ground ball. Over to second. No problem for Reed Millwood. Makes the throw over to first. And 1-2-3 go the Terriers. No score through 2.5. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
You need a great quality new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get in a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
Brookman, Campbell, Millwood do up 9-1-2 for the Mount Vernon Rams as we head to the bottom of the third. Scoreless with the Carbondale Terriers in this Mount Vernon regional title game. Winner moves on to Wednesday at Triad at 4 p.m. We'll have the winner of Fatu at Salem. First pitch coming. Popped up Brookman, foul territory near the first base dugout. And out of play, 0-1 to Zach.
Carmi trails T-Town 4-1, bottom of the second at the Greenville sectional in baseball. Kind of what we thought, T-Town being there again.
The 0-1 Calvin this time hit the opposite way. It's a ground ball to second. Lazan picks it up, fires over to first. And 4-3 will be the first Ram out.
Well, this game reminds me of two things in baseball. One, last game of spring training, everybody's getting ready to go to the big ballpark, start the season, or getaway day. Got to get on a plane and fly somewhere, because these two teams are swinging early and often in the count. How about this? The guy made a great play in the previous inning, comes up here and now.
Seems to work that way. He's 1 for 1. That's Ryan Campbell. As we turn back to the top of the order, takes it low and inside for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. No score yet. No runs on 2 Ram hits. 2 stranded. Carbondale. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody stranded, but yet not a perfecto, as there was a walk that was doubled off. Pitch caught for a strike to Campbell. 1 ball, 1 strike now, and already the next one on the way is misses low and in.
Thought of something interesting, too, here. There are a lot of JV Rams, if not all of them, in attendance today, kind of checking this out.
Good for them.
Yep.
Good for JCSA kids to see, too. I know a lot of them are playing today. As the 2-1 is a called strike over the plate. 2-2 now to Campbell.
The shade is good, too. We're sitting here
now. Sun's taking a much better angle.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped his 2 scoops of raisins and moved on as the 2-2 comes. It's going to be a batted ball, left side. Thornburg off the hill to pick it up, fires over to first, and 1-3 is your second out.
Well, 1-0, 1 run may win it today, the way these pitchers are throwing early.
It did back on the day after Cinco de Mayo on May 6th at Superblock. It'll be the same here today as Reed Millwood will stand in, the second baseman. Had a sack bunt his last time. 1-3 was how he was retired. And now takes a strike on the outer half. 0-1 to Rito Burrito. He follows us on Twitter, so should you at WMIX Sports. 0-1 coming inside. That looks like it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike to Millwood. Midland College has over 100 degree and certificate programs from which to choose. See which is right for you at rlc.edu. It's a 1-1 to Millwood. It's going to be line foul toward the bus. It's going to hit something.
I didn't hear it.
I kind of thought I heard partial, but maybe not.
Maybe a glancing blow.
Possibly.
Not solid.
1-2 coming. Millwood. Catch up. Fouls it off again toward the same. Almost that one.
Yeah, that one got, but it was after bounce. Yeah, that won't do much.
The Bob Barker into the parking lot as the 1-2 comes high. It's 2-2.
I'm down there in the non-Jeopardy part of the parking lot. I'm so far down, I'm by the soccer field.
You're all over in the Merv Griffin section.
Yeah, I'm over down there where nobody can touch that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on for the Rams here in the third. No score yet. Good eye by Millwood to lay off the high pitch. In the chase, and now Thomas Weber on deck for count is full and 2 outs here as the Rams looking to get something going. No score yet. Thornburg will wind and fire, and this is going to be a ground ball left side. Kofer to pick it up off the third, over to first. And 1-2-3 go the Rams. Through 3, no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Hi, I saw your ad for a checking account that earns interest on my money.
Oh, yes, that's our plutonium account, and it requires $50,000 to open.
What? How am I supposed to grow my money when I can't even afford to open the account?
Introducing Kasasa, free checking, where even the smallest balance earns high yields, plus refunds on ATM fees nationwide. Try Kasasa.com. Kasasa.
Kasasa is carried locally at People's National Bank or online at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
For 16 years, I wrote about the area's great teams. Now I'm part of a great team, the sales team, Schmidt Ford of Salem. Hi, folks, it's Mike McManus, and I'm proud to be part of the Schmidt Ford family. Whether it be a new or pre-owned vehicle, let me or any other of our professional sales consultants help you find your next car or truck. You'll be glad you did. So stop by Schmidt Ford of Salem or visit us online at schmidtfordofsalem.com.
Streaming worldwide at WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We head to the top of the fourth for the Carbondale Terriers. Luke Brunau, John Nance, and Mitch Slaughter will lead things off.
Colin Young listening in today. Former Ram. Pierce Bohr here as well.
A lot of dignitaries.
Yeah, Brian Gamber just walked in.
Brian Gamber.
Yeah, he coached a lot of these kids, JV level, before they got up here and got rolling.
as it is a 0-1 count on the first pitch fouled off to the backstop by Brunau. We're in the fourth, no score. Here comes the 0-1 inside. Oh, and a miss, 1-1.
Being told there is a huge crowd at Greenville Day for Carmi, and they make that long trip early this morning.
It's long, but you can make it fun if you do it the right way, and it sounds like the Bulldogs have done that on a pitch on the outside corner to Brunau. 1-2.
Altamont leads early 2-0 softball for Oblong.
1-2 coming. This one's going to be lifted into center field. Can't see Brookman on the run. Won't have to run. He's right there. Makes the grab.
Easy play. Edwardsville and softball tied at 2. Carbondale leads here in 4-0. Baseball east and west in Belleville. No score after 2.
Scoreboard updates are presented by Tony Welch, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon on the corner of 42nd and South Water Tower. Walk in, call in, or click in at TonyWelch.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Of course, my State Farm agent did just pop up just then. Yeah, I guess you have to think it. I refuse to do that on the air as it's 1-0.
Mr. Nance, he's been a guy, been very impressed with him in 2 games this year behind the plate.
1-0 coming.
Oh, where's that one?
I thought I heard him say strike.
That was a strike. Well, what happened there?
That's 2-0 the count. 1 gone, nobody aboard here for the Terriers. As Nance will take a pitch this time. That's a strike.
Huge crowd out here today. Man, bigger than the other day.
2-1. Make it 3-1 as that miss as well. Carbondale Centralia had a nice crowd. Not one quite like this. There's more juveniles in attendance. As we wait the 3-1, that usually helps on a weekend. That's going to come inside. Has to be a strike.
Yeah, because Nance is not moving. Kind of like a signal. It's kind of like a verbal stand-up signal. That's what we're getting today.
We'll count offering. Here it comes. Fouled off near the first base dugout. Now to play. The count remains full to the catcher, John Nance, who flew out to center his last time.
Well, that may be. That text came in. Plans are important on a Saturday.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of high school sports. The full count going to be lifted into center, tailing towards right center with the wind picking up. Right into the mid of Zach Brookman, and there's your second out. So Blake Jones typically provides a great defense in center, is getting it in return today from Zach
Another
Brookman.
good play. Mr. Brookman out there patrolling things this afternoon with Jones on the bump, or as we call the mound. What happened?
2 outs, nobody on for Mitchell Lauder. Here in the top of the Terrier fourth. No score yet from Mount Vernon here in this IHSA Class 3A Baseball Regional as the first pitch comes inside. Ground ball picked up by Hayes. Derek fires over to first. It's time. You may not believe it if I told you, but 1-2-3 go the Terriers in the fourth. We'll come back with the Rams. Still no score. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount
Follow
Vernon.
us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball.
Going to have Denny Clark check in. He says it's 83 and sunny at Mattoon today. Oh, and the Rams JV coaches, of course, did. Yeah. Glad to hear he is doing well.
I'm sure he's
working Mattoon. There's a baseball mind. We talk about baseball cues. You take a look at some of the guys that come in from Rome.
Like Roman baseball there.
And I mean, I don't want to say there's a noticeable difference in preparation, but you see a lot of success from those cats. But good to see Denny doing well. Glad to have him up in Mattoon. It's hoping that his scouting effort will pay off possibly on Wednesday if the Rams can win this one. It's Thomas Weber, Jake Pine, Blake Jones leading things off for the Rams here in their half of the fourth. Still no score.
When in Rome, play baseball as the Romans do, what they say. Funny in 83, I'm sure, up in Mattoon. depending on your weather service. Fourth inning. Almost done with 4 innings already. Okay. Strike one on the inside corner, and that's how we'll start it off. And so we get ready for pitch number 2.
As we wait, the 0-1 from Noah Thornburg. Out of the windup it comes. Just misses off in the corner. 1-1.
Don't there again. Don't there again. He won't call it. He'll call it.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of Rams and Lady Rams Athletics here on WMIX. 1-1 was the count. 1 means more. Community First Bank, it's free checking with high-yield interest as Weber fouls it off. Straight back, 1-2 the count now to the Ram catcher. Jake Pike, the first baseman. Blake Jones, the pitcher. The 2 up here as we are already in the bottom half of the 4th inning. No score just yet. Here comes a pitch to Weber. Fouls it off. Bites it off. Stay alive. Okay, PA guy, unless you're parked there too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, our other friend's parked there. He doesn't seem too concerned about it. The 1-2 comes. Weber is going to pop this one up pretty high on the right side of the field. The first baseman, Kelly, tiptoes across the line, makes the grab for the first Ram out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for the Rams. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on for the Terriers. As we're in the bottom half of the 4th inning, 1 out, bases empty for Jake Pike. Pike had a hard-hit ground ball to first his last time.
Rushing for Goreville, 9 batters faced, 9 strikeouts.
Not a bad day.
And girls softball pitch away.
First pitch misses outside, up a little bit too. 1-0 is the count. Seeing some more Rams JV call-ups here late in the season. As the 1-0 just underneath it, fouled back. 1-1 here to Pike. DJ Pike. See how Don the Cowboy does here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone. Nobody aboard here for the Ram first baseman. Comes in. Hit him. Just hit him on the sleeve.
Yep, grazed him. Pike goes to first. This is a part of the lineup. Pike, Jones, Smith, Hayes, John. You got to get some contributions from them now this time of the year if you want to keep moving on down the trail. And what has turned out to be the South 7 Conference Tournament.
Here comes, no doubt, pitch on the way to Jones. He'll pop it up right side. With 1 out, almost 2. Kelly makes it 2 as he makes the grab in foul territory. So now 2 outs and a runner on first as the Rams trying to avoid stranding their third base runner this early morning. Now late morning.
Jones got under that, dropped his shoulder, tried to put some air on it, and that's what happened. Little guys like that need to hit line drives, not try to hit one out of here.
Here comes 1 hard hit, but it's going to be right to short. Scoop over to second for the final out. So, 6-4 retires the side. We'll come back and tell you about some of our sponsors as we head to the top of the 5th. No score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Rend Lake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rend Lake College, your journey starts here.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams and Lady Rams Athletics. Here on WMIX, you can find them online at comfirstbank.net. Learn more about all of their accounts, including one checking. It's free checking with high-yield interest. No scores. Kelly Hoffman and Nadolski lead it off. You're in the Carbondale 5th. That's that. That was not intended brushback pitch. Not intended to do that. Got away. Want to know?
Curveball gets away. That just kind of gets the batter not to want to plant those feet very strongly in that batter's box. Open stance, though, for Kelly. More like Derek Lee back in the day.
1-0 misses low and away, and This is where it becomes 2-0, and this is the type of inning that Blake Jones has to get through.
Yep, this is where the roadblock has been.
2-0 in the dirt, 3-0. Historically. So we'll see how the Rams sophomore handles things here against the cleanup spot for Carbondale. It's pitched right down the middle, 3-1 to the first baseman. No score yet here in the Mount Vernon Regional Championship game, IHSA Class 3A baseball. Pitch in the dirt, leadoff walk. Just the second Carbondale base runner today.
Yeah, that's what we have seen in the game of baseball. Leadoff walks usually don't bode well for the team on defense.
It was a one-out walk that gave Carbondale their first base runner. Rams are able to get a 5-4-3 double play to close out the inning. So now 1 on and nobody out for the Terriers in the top of the fifth. Winner gets Matt Tuner-Salem on Wednesday. That will be at 4 p.m. as the center fielder Hoffman looking for his first official at-bat of the morning. Still not noon yet. Joe's bunt drops it down right side. Jones off the mound has an easy play over to first, and that'll be 1-3 on the sacrifice.
Fast as he got to that one, it would have been very tempting for him to throw to second. They had that runner wasn't even halfway there, but he elected to go to first and get the out.
So that'll bring in Will Nadolski with the runner in scoring position and 1 out. This is actually no. First say second base runner, but 3 have reached second base. Now this point. Jones out of the stretch, and here comes the ground ball. Nice diving stop by Hayes. Looks the runner back, fires over to first in time. And you're looking for somebody who's been phenomenal defensively today. It's been Derek Hayes so far.
They are flat picking it out in the field. Mount Vernon making some plays. Campbell has made a play. Hayes has made a play. Boy, they're flashing the leather for Mount Vernon this afternoon.
That'll do a lot for your pitcher's confidence as well. 2 outs, a runner on second for the Terriers. Joey Weber will stand in. He grounded out 6-3 his first time. Now bats with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Scoreless ball game in this regional championship tilt. As the first pitch is a beautiful curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, has your largest selection of pre-owned vehicles priced at $10,000 in one location. Did I mention make-rate financing? Proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. As we wait the 0-1, Jones looks back at second. Once, twice, now comes home. Curveball is a ground ball to short, picked up by Campbell. He'll fire strong across the diamond. Pike hangs on to the bag. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Still no score here from Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high-interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
You need a great quality, new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get out a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the fifth from Brendan Klein Memorial Field. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Mount Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers scoreless. For the Rams, we see Hayes, Gines, and Brookman due up in this bottom half of the frame. Noah Thornburg out for another inning. Here comes the pitch. Hayes is going to pop this foul over the backstop to our right. We're right behind home plate. It's 0-1. Terriers strand their first base runner in the top half. Rams got some pretty good defense there to get out of the inning after a leadoff walk. The 0-1 hung up, and it's going to be a curveball, grounded. This will be Koper firing across. Good play by their third baseman, and 5-3 is your first out.
Pitching and defense. Both teams making the routine plays routine and the hard plays routine as well so far.
Community First Bank, free checking, high-yield interest. It's called the One Account. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. One means more. Count first. Here comes the pitch on the way, and that's going to be on the inner half of the plate to Giants. 0-1 to the Ram left fielder. No score yet as the 0-1 comes. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kind of game, the way it's going right now, one mistake, big play, we'll win the
1-1 coming to Giants. He was a hero on Thursday.
Look out, bullpen. Had 2 people thought they were going to catch it, and then all of a sudden they got smart and ducked in behind the fence down the right field line.
No shame in doing that. Safety first. Giants had that big gapper back in the 8th. Strikes out here on a fastball up and in on the hands. That'll be the second Ram out.
Well, it's tough to get a guy to third right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's gotten to third.
Winning Edge has a great assortment of Rams apparel. I'll tell you more about that as this comes inside the Brooklyn. Snapback hats, Rams apparel, you name it. They can even equip your employee team in style. They can customize just about anything. See what they can do for you at winningedgeusa.com. In again to Brooklyn. Quickly 2-0 here with 2 outs and nobody on the bottom of the 5th of a scoreless regional title game. 2-0 makes it 3-0. Anything you don't want to see after 3-0 count, it's 4 straight balls. Probably throw one right down the middle here to get that strike. And that'll miss up. It'll be a 2-out walk. The only thing worse than a leadoff walk, in my opinion, is a 2-out walk.
Well, it rolls over to the top of the order. So that helps Mount Vernon out as far as the lineup changes.
Is this that mistake that we were talking about a moment ago? We'll find out.
This game, you never know.
What makes baseball great? It's such an enigma at times. But now with 2 outs, the Rams have a base runner on first. Here comes Campbell. He will end up with a 1-hopper to second. Scoop over to the shortstop covering the bag, and that will retire the side. Through 5, no score. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hey, it's Brittany here, and I have a very special guest on the phone with me right now. It's Roy Schmidt from Ford Square, King City Chrysler. Hey, Roy.
Hi, Brittany.
Roy, over at Ford Square, you have some amazing things going with the Lincoln vehicles. Tell me about that.
Yes, we do, Brittany. On the 2013 Lincoln MKZ and the 2000 Lincoln MKX, we sold 13 of these last month, and we're out to do the same this month. And we actually went out and purchased about 6 or 7 more of them from other dealers. The big thing going right now with them is 0%, plus you get $5,250 cash back on the Lincoln MKZ, the sedan, and then on the MKX you can get 0% plus $6,250 on the MKX. So it's a great opportunity right now for someone that's looking for a Lincoln.
Very nice. Well, Roy, if somebody wants to take advantage of these deals, where can they find you at?
We are at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and we're open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the week.
That's at Ford Square, King City Chrysler.
WMIX Sports is your home for the Mount Vernon Rams, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back, Brennan Clyde Memorial Field, the IHSA Class 3A Boys Baseball Regional Title game between the Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. It'll be Kofer, Lazan, and Brunau to start things off here.
What happened there?
I don't know. I looked at it, it's like, that's not how the name is spelled in my book. I have it written out the exact way.
I had to get a glitch there. I was worried about you.
Just a digital blip, nothing wrong. 1-0 coming. Make it 2-0 now, and this is another case where Jones historically has been exceptional through Ford, still pitching very well, but
50 pitches coming into here. That's 53.
I think it's a strike to make it 2-1 now to Levi Coper. Coper popped out in foul territory to Jones his last time. Carbondale had their second base runner a moment ago, but it ended up in their first stranded runner as it's 3-1 on the pitch low and away to the right-handed Coper.
And with only 50 pitches after 5 innings in these, you got to feel pretty good about Blake Jones hanging around for a while.
Sure. 3-1 coming. That's going to be overthrown in the dirt. There's your leadoff walk to Cofer. So back-to-back leadoff walks from Carbondale. Eventually, they're going to have to capitalize.
Yeah, eventually there'll be issues. Can't be walking the leadoff guy now, especially down the bottom of the order. Number 8 here gets on with a walk, and the top of the order coming.
Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Free checking, high-yield interest. It's the one account. You can find it at any of their 5 Jefferson County branches, Malvern and Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Here comes the first pitch of the lawn. Pitch around, throw behind the runner. They thought they had him. Reed Millwood, once he had him on the tag, probably did for all intents and purposes.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, another huge gap by that particular.
Wow.
And we'll see if the Carbondale Terriers can make the best of it.
Well, Tim Holloway came sprinting out of the dugout, and the clipboard took a beating, and the papers went everywhere. And,
well, home plate umpire taking offense to Tim Holloway should be offended by the call made.
The lack of a call there. He was out by half a step. Carbondale caught a huge break there.
It's a 1-0 count here for Joe Lazon, a runner on and nobody out.
That's why we're not in the dugout doing games like others today.
Right. Checking on. Nothing there. So 1 ball, no strikes for count on the Carbondale second baseman. Here in the top of the 6th with no score. Regional title on the line. Winner goes to Triad on Wednesday at 4 p.m.
We all pause for a moment for the clipboard.
Yep. And this will be a quick tag on the runner. And hey, a little bit of pushing there.
I'm just telling you right now, there's got to be something done there because Jones goes over and makes the tag, and then you could see Lazon kind of throw his arms up at him. He's very lucky Lazon is to even still be in this game. On the sack bunt, I'm telling you, Lazon's got to be careful in that situation. And that's something to be taken care of, sir, and that's what Tim Holloway's arguing. Jerseyville now leads Civic 2-0, bottom of the 4th. A lot of games move quickly today. Unbelievable.
Go for the runner on second, advanced on
the discussion still ongoing between Tim Holloway and the home plate umpire. And again, I hope the home plate umpire is not bringing up what happened in that dugout because that's done and over with. You got to move on. Yeah, it kind of looks that way, unfortunately.
Well, he goes aside. 1 out and a runner on second for the Terriers is back to the top of the order. Luke Brunau stands in. He's 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out to center field today. No score yet. Top of the 6th. 1 out and a runner in scoring position for the Terriers here. Jones will have to battle back.
They'll bring the outfield in a couple of steps. Brunau at the plate, leadoff batter. First tension-mounted moment of the game, really.
As the first pitch, the at-bat is a strike to Brunau, 0-1. Lynn Lake College can save you thousands on your collegiate education. Find out how at rlc.edu. They power our video streaming. It returns in August for Rams football with Taylorville. 0-1 the count, 1 gone. Looking at the runner on second, Combs. So with a change-up, spring fold, bat swung, 0-2 down to Brunau.
That was nasty.
Pretty filthy.
And if you're Jones, you got to keep your composure. You know, you had a guy that kind of made a more physical tag than what you wanted. You got to keep your composure and throw strikes.
0-2 the count. 1 out, a runner on second. Lake comes with the pitch. Curveball that hung up, but this is going to be in the left field. Gines looking to make the play. Will. Runner unable to tag, and that'll be the second out.
Yeah, that's a bad out. Yeah, at least if you're going to make an out, you advance the runner. And that ball was pulled in the left field. Gines ranged over to his right, made the catch. Now there are 2 outs with a runner at second base.
Here in the top of the 6th, 2 outs, 1 on. This will be John Nance. He's pulling out to center both sides. This guy you got to be careful with. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not going to do that, are they? Surely not.
Yeah, they did. Colfer just stood there, arms on his hips.
Yeah, Colfer's a 4-year senior. He's like, I've seen this many times.
I don't know if that's the guy I would have. I mean, well, he's just happened to be the guy on second.
You don't want, as I say, in conference teams, that's hard to pull that trick off. Bombers got to try something else in next year.
So John Nance, then the catcher at the plate. If this one's going to get in for a dink and dunk, here comes the throw at the plate. Scoring is going to be Colfer. The throw down to second will be off the mark, and that'll be an RBI single to give Carbondale 1-0 lead.
Yeah, double dumper out in the center field, and you can see it. It was not going to go very far. Ball dumped out in front of Brooksman. He was able to charge it. Got a pretty good throw. Colfer had a great jump at second and scored the first run of the game.
So the no-hitter gone, and the shutout gone, as the Terriers take a 1-0 lead, as we'll have a pinch runner for the Terriers, as in steps Mitchell Louder.
First hit of the day for Carbondale comes in the 6th, an RBI single.
Scoreboard updates are presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find them online at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you better state with State Farm. 2 outs. Runner still on second. 1-0. Carbondale on top. Rams will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom half of this 6th inning. Jones just has to come back and get this at bat as this almost hits Slaughter just above the shoulder, and it's 1-0. Regional title on the line here in Mount Vernon. Winner gets the winner of Mattoon and Salem on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Jones out of the stretch, the right-hander. I'll slow things down a little bit here. Two gone, a runner aboard. 1-0 the count. 1-0 also the score. This is going to be chopped down, foul. Third base side, 1-1 now to Louder.
And we said again, lead-off walk. You dodged it 1 inning. Not a lot of times you can dodge it multiple innings.
One ball, 1 strike. Left fielder Louder is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out 4-3, 5-3 in succession. As Jones looks back at the runner on second, the courtesy or pinch runner. No, it's a courtesy runner. It's a catcher. As the curveball comes inside, it's called for a strike. It's 1-2.
Whew. The umpires from the other day are switched. Base umpire from the Rams game the other day is behind the plate, and the home plate umpire obviously on the base.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jones a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Here comes. Popped up. Still some room for Weber toward the first base dugout. It gets out of play. It'll stay 1-2.
I know one Carbondale fan over there. He won't take a chance of catching that. He's got golf hands. I'm going to get in my pocket in the summer.
Near the top of the hour, this is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Mount Vernon Rams baseball, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking, home of the one account. It's free checking with high-yield interest. 1-0 to score here. Top of the 6th, 2 outs, 1-2 the count on the batter. Mitch Louder, the left fielder. Jones trying to get the out pitch here while chase the high fastball. It's 2-2.
Mount Vernon will have 2, 3, 4. Nothing better than to try to tie the game up at the top of the order, basically.
2-2 the count on the third place hitter with a cleanup spot. Kelly on deck. Here comes. Could use the out pitch as this is going to be lifted into center. Brookman retreats. Hill makes the ground. Carbondale gets their first base hit as it leads to their first run. They lead 1-0 through 5.5. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new one account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
I'm Jeremy Pearson with a look at your next rad weather. It will be partly sunny and warm throughout today with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 86. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low 64. It will be warm and humid tomorrow with a blend of clouds and sunshine. There will be an afternoon and evening shower or thunderstorm, high 85. And Monday you can expect a blend of clouds and sunshine with a few showers and a thunderstorm, remaining warm and humid, high 84. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Find us on Facebook. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXSports.com. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, for the Rams will be Millwood, Weber, and Pike. They now trail 1-0 after the RBI base hit by Nance gives Carbondale the late inning lead. Thornburg's first pitch to Millwood, on his way on as a strike.
Mount Vernon hasn't exactly tattooed the ball, so that, we got to get something going.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They stranded 4. Carbondale 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They've only stranded 2 as the 0-1 comes to Millwood. Chops it back to the pitcher on a tomahawk swing. And 1-3 is the first down here in the 6th.
Mount Vernon's not been able to get much going offensively. 1 hit in the first, that was a leadoff single. 1 hit in the second, leadoff single Jones. Since then, nothing as far as hits.
One out, nobody on for the catcher Weber, 0 for 2 today. Pike on deck. Here comes the first pitch. It on the hands, but high fly ball in the right center field as making the grab on the run will be Hoffman. And just like that, 2 outs here in the 6th.
Thornburg. Jones had the no-hitter for 5+ innings. Thornburg has thrown the ball well.
See what Jake Pike can do. 2 outs and nobody on here in the 6th. Jones on deck. 4-5, 6-2 up in the top of the 7th for Carbondale. 1-0 Terriers. Here comes the pitch to Pike. In his wheelhouse, but off the wrong part of the bat. It's 0-1.
Late. Thornburg only threw 57 pitches coming into this inning.
Nothing in 1 to Jake. Here comes Thornburg getting set out of the windup. Here comes, now on the way, 1-0. 1-1, rather. Green Lake College has over 100 degree and certificate programs from which to choose. See which is right for you at rlc.edu and apply online while you're there. As the 1-1 is waved at and missed, it's 1-2.
With Thornburg moving that fastball around today. That one was mano-y-mano there.
Bottom 6, 1-0 Carbondale. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 the count here for the first baseman, Pike. Thornburg set. It's a breaking pitch pass. Swung on a miss. 1-2-3 go the Rams. We head to the top of the 7th. 1-0 Carbondale. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Bill, where are we going? We're trying to find my ATM.
We just passed an ATM.
But that's not my ATM. I lose $4 if it's not my ATM.
Make any ATM your ATM. Introducing free Kasasa checking with monthly rewards like cash and ATM fees back in your pocket. Visit trykasasa.com. Kasasa.
Visit People's National Bank or peoplesnationalbank.com for your Kasasa checking. Member FDIC.
Registration for fall classes at Rindley College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Rindley College, your journey starts here.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball.
Welcome back, WMIX and WMIXSports.com as we head to the top of the 7th for the Terriers. Part of the order, 4, 5, and 6, as they have a 1-0 lead over the Mount Vernon Rams here in this IHSA 3A Regional Championship game. Tony Wiltz, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him online at TonyWiltz.com or look right here in town, 42nd and South Water Tower, or try to find the White State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state with State Farm. First pitch to Kelly, checks his swing. It's a strike anyway, and it's 0-1. 1 run and 1 hit for the Terriers. No errors. They stranded 2. Another curve ball, another check swing. Not this time. It is. No, no drama to that. Nope, not.
No drama.
What was that he just rose in? I saw the arm go up.
They pointed toward the base umpire.
Gotcha, for the appeal.
Yep.
I went on reaction. So 1-1. As I said, I didn't think it was a strike. Fouled off for 1-2. Hoffman and Nadolski to follow here in the order. Top of the 7th, a 1-run game, 1-0. That was the final back on May 6th. Ball, swung and missed, and that'll be another strikeout for Blake Jones.
Can't fault Jones today. He's pitched very, very well.
Brings in Hoffman, who had a sack his last time, but walked back in the 2nd. As with 1 out and empty bases, the Carbondale center fielder looks ready to pounce on a pitch that actually ends low, and it'll be 1 ball, no strikes here to Hoffman.
Carbondale softball at 4-3. Those that are listening, trying to do both.
1-0 coming. Just off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Hoffman.
Mount Vernon will have Jones, Smith, and Hayes in the last chance bottom of the 7th.
2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch from Jones. It's going to be a ground ball. That one kind of rolled up his leg, hit his face, and now rebounds to make the throw. 1-3 is the 2nd out.
Tremendously gutsy effort today from Mr. Jones.
Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of high school sports here on WMIX. Find them online at comfirstbank.net. All around Jefferson County and Mountford and Dix, Woodlawn and Ina. 5 branches, by far the market leader. Welcome back to Personal Banking. So that brings in Will Nadolski. He's ground out to third both times. First time was a 5-4-3 double play. Last time was a great play by Derek Hayes on a dive. Jones out of the windup with 2 outs. The base is empty. This is line. Now that's going to do damage.
Oh, that got the bus. It bounced and then hit the bus, so it could have been worse. Heard that thud from across yonder.
0-1 the count with 2 outs. Here comes. Fair ball outside in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, Nadolski. Winner goes to the Triad Sectional on Wednesday at 4 p.m. As the 1-1, good stop by Hayes off one knee. Turns around, makes the throw. Pike stays on the bag. 5-3 takes us to the home stretch. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Rams. They trail 1-0. This is Mountain Baseball from WMIX Sports.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crown View and Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. By now you have heard about our new One Checking product. The new One Account is a high interest earning, free checking account designed for everyone. Unlike other banks that pay interest on higher balance, this account pays interest on all balances. From high schoolers to Warren Buffett, One will work for you. You can talk to one of us at 244-3000 and learn about the details. One, exclusively at Community First Bank. You will be one happy customer. Member FDIC.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Trailing 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. It'll be the last chance for the Mount Vernon Rams here in 2014. As it'll be Blake Jones, Braden Smith, and Derek Hayes due up. I think this part of the lineup can get it done.
Well, it's going to have to. You want to see June or the next extra inning, you're going to have to.
And what stings is for Blake Jones, he has a chance to help his own cause, but it's been a cause that shouldn't have needed too much help. He pitched well today. 1 run on 1 hit for the Terriers. They have stranded 2 runners. The Rams have stranded 4, however, with just 2 base hits. And now an opportunity for the Rams with 5, 6, and 7 coming, all presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Proud to have had them along for the ride all of 2013-14. Joe Spahn back to the backstop, right where there was a hole at one time, and it's nothing to one to blame. Braden Smith in the on-deck circle. We'll have a great nucleus returning in 2015, but we certainly hope this is an event for 14 as the 0-1 comes. Bob foul gets out of play. Nothing and 2 now to BJ. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon is where you'll find Second Chance Auto. You'll also find the largest selection of pre-owns priced under $10,000 and bank rate financing for all. There's reasons why Second Chance has been around for 34 years. Stop by and see them. They are proud supporters of the Rams as Jones took a waste pitch high, didn't chase. 1-2 coming. Jones cast a foul to stay alive. Yeah. Do it again.
Got it. Make Thornburg throw some pitches. Only 64 pitches through 6 innings.
1-2 the count. Here it comes. This one is going to be lifted into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So Jones leads off inning with a single. Rams will see what Braden Smith can do here in the home half.
A chance.
They need 1 to tie, 2 to take the title. One nothing. Terriers on top. Nobody out, a runner aboard. Tying run on first base for the Rams. Thornburg out of the stretch. And Smith going to try to bunt him over, but bunts it foul. Bounces to the backstop. It'll be 0-1, and that was dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want to give up an out like that. But it drops down harmlessly.
Smith will get some instruction from Tim Holloway. 0-1 the count. Regional title on the line here. Carbondale leads 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 the count. A runner on, nobody out. Thornburg going to fire this one. A good bunt down the first base side. Nobody to cover third. Now somebody gets over as Jones goes into second. So the tying run in scoring position on a well-executed sacrifice bunt. 1-3 by Braden Smith.
Yeah. Well, got to drive in a run. Hayes, Gines, and Brookman. Got to do it or go home. T-Town up 11-1 on Carmi baseball. Unbelievable.
I guess that is actually pretty believable. As a pitch on the outside corner to Hayes is called a strike. It's 0-1 for the Ram third baseman. Right-hander is 0 for 2 today. 0-1 the count. Tying run in scoring position for the Rams. Hayes will fight this one off foul. 0-2. Zach Gines will come get it. The Chris Carpenter look-alike.
Yeah, got to battle. Put one in the outfield somewhere. If you're at second, Jones, you got to get a great secondary lead. Trees on the line drive, go on the ground ball if possible. Tag on the fly.
Bottom 7, tying run on second. 1-0 to score. Rams trailing as this one's going to be a high pop fly in the left field. Won't be deep enough. That'll be the second out as the Rams are down to their final opportunity out.
Comes down to Mr. Gines again. Zach Gines, the opportunity, the big at-bat.
Jones, the tying run on second base. You hear the crowd get behind both teams. 1-0 to score here in the bottom of the 7th. The Rams looking to tie with the tying run on second base. Gines, the senior, was the hero on Thursday. Drove in the go-ahead run, or the winning run against Carbondale, or Marion, rather. Don't know why I'm doing that. It just swings and misses the first pitch. It's 0-1 for Gines. He's 0 for 2 as well. He was due against Marion. Here comes. Pitch and misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gines. 2 outs to the tying run on second base here in the bottom of the 7th. This is the last chance for the Rams. Now low and away to Gines. 2 balls and a strike. No runs on 3 hits for the Rams. Looking for base hit number 4 to maybe tie it up. We wait the 2-1. Here comes Thornburg. This is going to be popped up, out of play. Foul for 2-2.
Down there, the last strike.
So 2-2 the count, 2 gone. It's a 1-0 ball game with a tying run on second here in the bottom half of the 7th. Carbondale strike away from a regional title. Their first is 88. And this one's going to be popped up and could do it. On the left side, Nadolski will get underneath it. The Carbondale Terriers are your regional champions for the first time in 26 years. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk about it on our Schmidt-Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, this is Joe Davey Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Whether it's Mother Nature's inability to decide on a season, a weekend that got a little out of hand, or just life, there's always something looking to damage your vehicle. This is Chase Landers from Landers Collision Centers. Maybe winter weather turned your full-size sedan into a compact, or a little hail has your truck looking like Swiss cheese. Perhaps a deer decided to go for a ride on your hood, or maybe your truck is missing its hitch and bumper after pulling your little brother out of the ditch last weekend. Did a bad breakup leave a little graffiti on your SUV? We hope not, but we've seen it all, and we certainly don't judge. Whatever mess life has created for your vehicle, we'll clean it up. As a direct repair facility for many insurance companies, we take care of just about everything, even getting you into a temporary vehicle while we restore yours. That's the Landers difference. Top to bottom, big or small, Landers fixes them all. Come see us in Mount Vernon and Salem and ask us about free detailing for the life of your vehicle. Or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
How can we keep the people we love safe and secure in their own home? Let the Medicine Shop's home medical equipment team help you with all your mobility and specialty product needs. They provide mobility products like motorized scooters, wheelchairs, and home stair lifts. The Medicine Shop's expertly trained staff can also provide car and van lift installations, and they offer a full service repair facility for medical equipment, whether you purchased it from them or somewhere else. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area. It's a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
I'm Jeremy Pearson with a look at your next rad weather. It will be partly sunny and warm throughout today with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 86. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low 64. It will be warm and humid tomorrow with a blend of clouds and sunshine. There will be an afternoon and evening shower or thunderstorm, high 85. And Monday, you can expect a blend of clouds and sunshine with a few showers and a thunderstorm, remaining warm and humid, high 84. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball from WMIX Sports. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
Welcome back, Brennan Klein Memorial Field. Disappointment in the King City with the Mount Vernon Rams succumb to the Carbondale Terriers by a final score of 1-0. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Quentin Lloyd is back in our Mount Vernon studio. Rams fall 1-0 in about an hour and 13 minutes. Their season comes to a close at 19-17-1. The Terriers are now 22-10. And the number 4 seeded Carbondale Terriers steamrolled this Mount Vernon Regional en route to their first regional title, not only under Chad Perschbacher, but since 1988. And you look at this game here today in front of us, and what an excellently played game it was by both the Terriers and the Rams.
Well, it came down to 1 inning, and a leadoff walk. He was, and you remember, he lead off walk in a game of inches. He was called safe on a pickoff at first, bunted over the second, and an RBI single drove him in. And 1 run in a game like this where you only have 3 hits, that's all it takes. And congratulations to the Carbondale Terriers. They head to the Triad sectional.
Of course, we're ready to take a look at our scoring and stats here on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. You can find Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Online at SchmidtChevrolet.com. We take a look at the numbers.
Carbondale, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. Mount Vernon had no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. Thornburg gets the complete game victory. Jones gets the loss. And in a game that took 1 hour and 13 minutes, the Carbondale Terriers are regional champions, winning by a score of 1-0. Of
course, we have plenty more to do here on your final Schmidt Chevrolet post-game show of this 13-14 sports season on WMIX. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up. This is Rams baseball. They fall 1-0 to Carbondale from WMIX Sports.
You need a great quality new-to-you vehicle. There's a reason why Second Chance Auto has been helping put families into affordable, dependable vehicles for over 34 years. Honest, fair deals. Ain't nothing fancy, just great vehicles with warranties and bank rate financing for all. That's the only way Second Chance Auto will do business. They're receiving new vehicles every day. So be sure to stop by and find out how you can save thousands on the total cost of your vehicle. Helping people get in a great, dependable vehicle for over 34 years. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Registration for fall classes at Renlake College is going on now. With more than 100 degree and certificate programs, RLC can put you on the fast track to a new career or to continue your education. More affordable than four-year universities and private schools, you can save thousands of dollars at RLC. Our trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a four-year university or head straight into the workforce. Walk-in registration continues through August 15th. Call us at 437-5321 or find us online at rlc.edu. Renlake College, your journey starts here.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Welcome back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. And I think a tip of the cap that the Carbondale Terriers winning their first regional since 1988. Now, none of the kids on the team were alive back then, and they come away with a regional title here in the King City, winning it by a score of 1-0. And I think it's one of those where you see them. I hate to call it a mess, but you see the mess that Chad Perschbacher inherited, and you see what they've been able to do in just a couple of short years, already winning a regional championship. And that's basically all you can do is tip your cap.
that's all you can do. What a great job by he and his staff and his program to come from where it was and to compete and get better and everything else. And all of a sudden now win their first regional championship since 1988. What a great job. And that 88 team was a heck of a team. The Jackson brothers were playing. They were a very good team. I mean, Larry Jackson was the coach. That was a quality baseball program in Carbondale. Last one a regional there at the high school. And now this team in Carbondale will have its name in that lore as well.
That they will. And, of course, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac presents this post-game show. It's our final one for 2013-2014. We need a player of the game, and I think for the game, obviously, Blake Jones pitched his heart out, only allowed the one hit. That's what led to the only run, and he went 2 for 3 today. I mean, he did all he could, but I think for the game. But you also split the seniors, I think, in this one, who at least got to play their final home game in the postseason at Brennan Field.
And the seniors that have done so much, I mean, Jake Pike, Thomas Weber, Brock Fulkerson come to mind immediately with all the stuff they have done on recent years. And you go down the list, Zach Gines also in that. I mean, he did a lot for this program as well. I'm leaving out people, and I shouldn't do it. Tyler Morgan, who didn't play today, he pitched a lot in the last couple of years. I mean, that's a group that's seen a lot, especially last year being a part of the state run, and they put their time in and kept this program going and winning just like it was in the past.
No doubt about that. So it'll be a completely new sectional this year at Triad. So there we go. That's going to take care of things for us this season. Obviously, it's been an incredible run, a nice playoff run that started with Mount Vernon Rams football. We got to do Lady Rams volleyball. Mount Vernon Rams basketball, Lady Rams basketball. They got another South 7 title this year. Had some fun with baseball and softball here, though coming up just short what a season it was. And always a pleasure to be able to work together. I'm sure we'll be back again next year, Lord willing. And it's been fun.
Yep.
We're blessed.
It has been fun. It's been great. Had a good run. I mean, I did 37 some odd games this year. It's amazing doing the spring between baseball and softball, and that's on how many other things added up you get to look and how many places you go and games you do and teams you see. So it's been a good run, been a good year. Take some time off and come back again in August.
We come back every Saturday at 8:08 until 10 o'clock here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com for the Saturday Sports Show as well. On behalf of all of our sponsors, especially Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX, we appreciate you for accessing our broadcast each and every time. We also hope you'll stay with us on Twitter at WMIX Sports and Facebook as well. So that said, we're going to wrap it up for 2013-2014. We're back August the 29th, 7 o'clock, the Mount Vernon Rams, the Taylorville Tornadoes from J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium, the forever home of the Mount Vernon Rams. So we hope you'll join us then. We'll have streaming video and the like. We'll be back then. For Danny Czerwinski, for Quentin Lloyd, for Holly Carroll, for Hunter Schrader, for Avery Barton, for all of our WMIX Sports team, I'm Chris Hugo, reminding you of the final score. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to Carbondale 1-0. The Terriers win their first regional title since 1988. And we are back in August. I'm Chris Hugo. So long from the King City.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports. Mount Vernon Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports is sponsored by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Rams Baseball is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem, and also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem, Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac of Mount Vernon, and People's National Bank. Stay in the game on Twitter. Follow us at WMIX Sports or log on to WMIXsports.com. Now back to America's best music on the legendary WMIX.